Unlock me. Okay. This insane stream. Once again. Wait, it is live. I'm not. So it's live on YouTube. What about X? The question is, does Restream chat work now that I'm not using Restream? Or is it literally not going to work? You know, I knew it. I expected that not to work. I expected it. Dropped frames. What's dropped frames from the network? Network dropped frames? How am I going to combine the chats? I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't think it's live on X, but okay. I'm just confused still. My account. Oh, Twitch. I forgot about Twitch. Oh, God. This is in shambles. Am I live on Twitch? I am live on Twitch. I think it's working for eggs. I don't think it's working for eggs. No. Which is interesting. And I don't get it. And then how do I get the chat from the different things? I don't have chat. If we look at this, hello. I've got Twitch. You can see the chat. I need to learn not to do things with my hand. This camera is not good for people that do things with their hands. It's not optimal. Does anything even show up in the chat? Well, no, I don't have Twitch connected. I don't have Twitch connected. I have X and YouTube connected. But YouTube also doesn't show up there, so... And X is not even live. I think. Create broadcast. Do I have to make a broadcast first? I think... Select the source. Arena Restream. That's the Restream chat link. It's probably fine if you see that. I can change it. I mean, it doesn't matter anyways. Like, I'm not using it. Hey, look, Trovo's trying to advertise their stupid shit to me again. Don't do that. Reading tech articles. Create broadcast. And then, does that work? So that's how, is that how you do it? Because only ever before I used Restream to go to X. And that would, I guess, create a stream on its own. How's everyone? I am very confused right now because look, there's no chat, and I don't know what solutions there are for restreaming, like to put chat together. I just don't know. I haven't used it. My button's not working. My button is working. Look how nice this setup is though. I can do this. We can look at a screen. I can have the chat while we look at a screen. I can do screen only. That's weird. The sub button flying down. That's really weird. Why is that happening? Where's the sub button in this? The sub button needs to go away anyways. Yes, I make YouTube videos. You can go to Silas on Linux. I have just now, like last week, gotten a new SSD, so I've been able to set up live stream stuff. Good quality live stream stuff. And it's nice. Now it is nice. Before I tried using a Mac Mini, and that sucked. Oh, you didn't even see what happened. Stop tracking me. Stop. I have a expensive camera. What I want to do, read some cool tech articles. I need to blog posts and stuff so we can all learn things and be impressed at how smart everyone else is and how stupid we all are. Not in a demeaning way, just because you can always get smarter. One article I want to look at is how to use Google Drive, Linux in Google Drive. Where someone literally put a Linux computer running off of Google Drive. You can run it from any computer that doesn't even have a hard drive in it or an SSD, which is kind of insane. And then the other one was how writing an 80+ Discord bot made me a better developer. I just need to find that. I saw that on Reddit. I need to find that again. Casterlabs.co is for Windows only. I didn't even see that message. Jeez. The fuck is Casterlabs? I don't want... Do I want another fucking program to use? No, this is web shit. Have you seen this? Have you seen this, cheese? You've gone banned from X, but... Was it yesterday, I think? There was this insane thread of, Discord uses Electron, which means no code runs locally on your computer. And Theo retweeted it, or Theo quote tweeted it, and he wrote, "Why did the normies ever have to know that Electron uses Chromium?" Which is all kinds of hilarious. Oh, it uses Chrome, so it's entirely cloud shit. That was just all kinds of very funny. And they came up with all these like conspiracy theories and shit. No JavaScript, no code inside of Electron apps can ever run locally. Yeah. Again, what learned? How the fuck do I see the Twitter chat now? The X chat, is it live on X still? It says event ended. What's wrong with this? X producer, there's no live broadcast going on. Arena, hello. Do I have to literally get like 8 different fucking like chat pop-outs? Arena doesn't even have a pop-out chat yet. Oh my word. Media could not look at this. No. Cool. This is so shit. This sucks. So no stream on X. That's fine. Okay. Pop out the chat for this then. What happens? I keep clicking the wrong button. I've been streaming for what? 15 minutes? And I'm already incredibly pissed off at Twitch. I've clicked one button and it broke. It says error loading data. I wanted to see where you pop out the chat. Chat settings. Error loading data. Really? Mod view. Why do people like Twitch? Why? That's hilarious. That's very funny. Where do you pop out the chat? Pop out. There you go. Please subscribe to YouTube. Please. Just don't even bother with Twitch. I'm just gonna turn it off again because this sucks. There's Castle apps, but it's Windows only. That's a lie. I run code locally with Node.js a lot with Electron. Well, yeah, the normies never had to know what Chromium is. The normies never needed to know what Electron is. Oh, that's the wrong button. So I'll do YouTube and Twitch. Fucking X has gone offline. Arena doesn't have a pop-out chat, that's fine. Trovo's just there for no actual valuable reason. Because Trovo is one of those platforms where you pay them money and then you get views. And I'm not going to pay them money. Oh, well, I have. Let's do an experiment. This is the first stream on Trovo in like over a year, probably. Space Quest. I don't even know what that does. No. Where do you even do a crate? Treasure box. That's what it's called. Treasure box. I didn't know that's the thing. I have one account. What you didn't? You didn't ban evade? Let's create a treasure box, discovery box, 0 out of 5. What amount do we put in? 150, whatever they're called, elixir. I'll give them 150 elixir to whoever wins. Select a task, it has tasks. Spend elixir. 10. Means you have to donate 10 elixir to me. English? No, fuck English. Let's do all languages. All languages, everyone can compete. Select a task, follow. I don't know, no, not share. Watch hours. Nope. Your other account didn't get banned. Maybe it's because you beg. Maybe someone reported you for begging for money. Which is not a front against you, but that's a possibility. Someone just seeing you ask for money every second day and then be like, what a poor retard. Ban him. Communist software developer begging for money once again. I didn't do that, but I can imagine some dick doing that. You can buy like mass reports. It was a user report. Yeah, well, just wait like half a year, and then there you go. treasure box created. Let's see if we can get some views on Trevor. And I'm not going to interact with them at all. I haven't even set up any alerts for this because do I want to set up alerts for like 9 different platforms? I don't even have chat for 9 different platforms. I'm not going to do that. You just move to blue sky and push Olo. Or, well, do you have like, what about Activity Pop, Mastodon or Pleroma or something? No. Okay, let's see. Let's read this. I don't know. I haven't read this yet, so we'll see what happens. I've just seen this today. Of course it's Arch. It's always Arch. Fuck Node.js. What's Node.js? Is that JavaScript on the server? That's the worst fucking thing that I've read in my life. JavaScript on the server. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Actually, hang on. I've proved to you that JavaScript sucks. No chat needed. F-35 joint airstrike fighter. 6.5% ADA. 10.5% assembly. 30.9% C. 51.1% C++. 0% JavaScript. There you go. Now let's move on to the 2 things that I've come for streaming today. That's a weird sentence, but there we go. Do we keep music on? This chill Sonic playlist is a lot less chill than I expected. Got to go fast. Sonic X theme is in this. Really? No. What's wrong with you? That's not a chill song. Chill Sonic music 24 hours. And it's Gotta Go Fast is in it. Windy Hill Zone is in it. No, probably music off, right? Yeah. Dev boots a PC from Google Drive Cloud Storage. A storage-less laptop becomes a truly cloud-native computer. This is crazy. This is insane. Is this 9 front? Is this Plan 9? Is Plan 9 mentioned? I don't know if Plan 9 can do this natively. This sounds like something that Plan 9 could do. Apparently, the Linux boot is slow, but the possibilities are endless. Of course they are. A developer is celebrating after booting a Linux system from... This is such a dumb idea. After booting a Linux system from Google's cloud storage platform. After overcoming a multitude of hurdles, they successfully booted a storage-less laptop from Google Drive and thus created a cloud-native computer. Once again, a Plan 9 mentioned. Urzi, a computer science student at Purdue University, an open source developer, felt compelled to take on this cloud boot challenge after a friend recalled how they managed to get Linux to boot from a network file system. Well, yeah, you can just net boot from like local storage. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I already have part of that set up on my NAS, on my TrueNAS scale machine. Just not yet. The younger developer explains that competitiveness is a vice of mine. Well, that's already expected, and wanted to dream up the most ambitious way to one-up the NFS tail. And in a ragged screech of madness, decided to try and boot Linux from Google Drive. With a modicum. What does modicum mean? I don't even know what that word means. What does modicum mean, chat? Is YouTube even live still? Oh, that's a nice looking window. That's very cool. That's not fucked up at all. Oh, I see. Okay. That was funny. I'm constantly scared when there's no chat activity. I'm so scared that I didn't zoom in. What happened? What did it blink? Did it zoom in on its own? That's fine. Oh, of course. Do I just trust that it's working? I guess. What does modicum mean? What does modicum mean? This article says a modicum of Linux software development experience.
Working on it. The definition of the word modicum is a small or moderate or token amount. This information is provided by Wolfram Alpha.
Modicum. That's the lowest resolution photograph of an article ever. It's such a low resolution photo. Or screenshot, rather. As they thought adopting Fuse, a program that acts as a file system driver in user space, was a good starting point. The grand idea was that during the typical Linux boot process, a Fuse file system-based RAM disk would be offered up to serve key apps, OS, and networking binaries to make the Google Drive booting dreams into reality. Okay. To read more about ensuing wrangling between developer and Linux, EFI images, RAM affairs, pivot root and switch root, as well as a host of errors from Google Drive symlinks, please dive into the sourceRSA.net blog. Okay, we'll do that probably. Once the major tweaking, finessing, and general ironing out of surprising chasms, I think, between expectations and reality was done, it was time to try booting from Google Drive on real hardware. How do you even, why do you even make that? Why do you even do this? I know to one-up network booting, but you're insane. I think you're crazy. Luckily, Urza had a spare laptop with no internal storage for testing. Only a few tweaks were needed in the migration from the virtual machine development. The correct Ethernet driver display network settings to build into a unified EFI file. Okay. EFI is basically like almost its own single task operating system. It's like an insanely powerful hardware abstraction layer. So can it just boot Linux on its own? Does it technically not need a bootloader or something? What's going on? Erzay, the developer behind the so-called cloud-native computer, says the project was primarily a silly pursuit. There is also a problem with booting from the Google Drive, currently being very slow. However, the dev also boasts that the possibilities are endless, which is, I mean, I guess that's true. And would welcome any companies or individuals who wish to get in contact and discuss commercializing this project or something related to it. What is the use case for this? What's the use case for this? I'm not showing L, just wanting the camera to zoom out. We note that various systems have supported network booting and even HTTP booting for decades. That's true. Google Drive is quite a different proposition, but how much code can you add to the local side of the equation while still saying it is booting from a remote source? Well, that's true, but also that's cool. Blog. Booting Linux off of Google Drive. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's the real article. I don't like this layout. I don't like that it's dark mode because I can't read dark mode easily. Like all good products, this began with an idea. My mind reached out and grabbed wispy tendrils from the ether, forcing the disparate concepts to coalesce. God, these fucking words, man. The mass gained weight in my hands in a dark swirling colour, promising doom to those who gazed into it for long. On the brink of insanity, my tattered mind, unable to comprehend the twisted interplay of millennia of arcane programmer time and the ragged screech of madness, I reached into the mass and steeled myself to the ground lest I be pulled in, and found my magnum opus. Booting Linux off of a Google Drive root. Yeah. Okay. But how? I wanted this to remain self-contained, so I couldn't have a second machine act as a helper. My mind went immediately to Fuse. I hope that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. Never heard anyone say that. A program that acts as a file system driver in user space. With cooperation from the kernel. Okay. Hang on, I need tea. YouTube's still live? YouTube's still live? I just check on my phone because that's quicker, actually. As long as it doesn't just start playing Dragon's Den Island. Yeah, good. Still live, good. The Linux boot process. The Linux boot process is technically speaking very funny. Allow me to pretend I understand for a moment. Step 1. The firmware starts up and loads the bootloader. So you BIOS or the UEFI. The bootloader loads the kernel. That's true. The kernel unpacks a temporary file system into RAM, which has the tools to mount the real file system, that's true, and that's all of this sounds like overly complicated rubbish. Number 4, the kernel mounts the real file system and switches the process to the init system running on the new file system. As strange as the third step may seem, is very helpful. We can mount a fuse file system in that step and boot normally. Okay. Okay. I see. Yeah, okay, I understand. A proof of concept. The init RAM FS needs to have both network support as well as the proper fuse binaries. Thankfully, draw cut, I also don't know how to say that, makes it easy enough to build a custom init RAM FS. I decided to build this on top of Arch Linux because it's relatively lightweight and I'm familiar with how it works, as opposed to something like Alpine. Don't know either of these. And then we've got draw cut getting cloned. And some Podman containering. I've not used Podman. I admit it. It doesn't really matter, I think. In the container, I installed some packages, including the Linux package, which is a hilarious package, but it makes sense because I need a functioning kernel. Compiled drag cut from source, and wrote a simple module script in modules.d/9view/module setup sh. Okay. Okay. That's it. That's all the code I had to write. Really? That's surprising. That's surprising. Yeah, I think that is surprising. Okay, that's it. That's all the code I had to write. What is that word? Buoyed? I've never seen that before. Buoyed by my newfound confidence, I powered ahead, building the EFI image. This is all too insane. What's draw cut? Let's kind of look at that. I've missed the button, missed it. An event-driven init RAMFS infrastructure. Okay, it's the tool that you use to create an init RAMFS image. Oh, I see. Had not used that. A fatal no or empty root argument. Okay. Hacker voice. I'm in. Now to enable networking and mount test routes. I've already extracted an Arch Linux route into a S3 bucket running locally. This is a stupid. Why? So this should be pretty easy, right? I just have to manually set up networking routes and load the drivers. Yes? Literally adding routes. Okay. Honestly, I don't know what I expected. Seems like everything is just gone. Alas, not even tab completion can save me at this point. I was stuck. I had no idea what to do. I spent days just looking around, poking at the switch root source code, all for naught. Until I remembered a link Anthony had sent me. How to shrink the root file system without booting a live CD. In there was a command called pivot root that switchroot seems to call internally. Let's try that out. Pivot root. Okay, apparently pivot root is not allowed to pivot roots if the root being switched is in the init RAM-FS. Unfortunate. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I don't know why, because I don't know these things, but I think it does. The stack, unfortunate. The Stack Exchange answer tells me to use switchroot, which doesn't work either. However, part of the answer sticks out to me. Init RAM-FS is root-FS. You can neither pivot root-FS, nor unmount it. Okay. Sorry. Instead, delete everything out of root-FS to free up the space. Overmount root-FS with the new root. Attach standard in, standard out, standard error to the new dev console and exec the new init. So you have to just manually force it to swap over. Would it be possible to manually switch through it without a specialized system call? What if I just chroot? Oh, I need to run the chroot command as PID1 so systemd can start up properly. I can actually tweak the init RAM-FS init script and just put my startup commands in there and replace the switch root call with exec chroot /sbin/init. I'm surprised that this work. Does this work? Because you're not supposed to do that. That feels like something you're not supposed to do. I put this in modules.d / blah blah whatever in the dry cut source after the udev rules are loaded and bypassed the root variable checks earlier. Okay. I also added exec change root sysroot to /sbin/init at the end instead of the switch root command. Rebuilding the EFI image and looks like it works, which is super weird but also actually cool. I sit there in front of my computer staring. It can't have been that easy, can it? Surely this is a profane act. At the spirit of Dennis Ritchie ought to have stopped me, right? Nobody stopped me, so I kept going. I log in with the very secure password root as root, and it unceremoniously drops me into a shell. It just works. At last, Linux booted off of an S3 bucket. I was compelled to share my achievement with others. All I needed was a fetch program to include in the screenshot. Backman-sy fast fetch. That's interesting. So it's not actually working. Seems like DNS isn't working and I'm missing dig. What's that? Is that the DNS lookup system? Wait a minute. I don't know what dig is. Okay. Wait a minute. My root file system is on S3. I can just mount it somewhere else with functional networking. CH root in and install like all my utilities. Is this like actually, could this have an actual use case? What would the use case for this be? Is this modern terminals? It's like in between. It's like in between a thin client, which has like some OS to display like a remote system, and then like a full-on actual computer, because it doesn't have storage. Not really. Some debugging later, it seems like systemd resolved doesn't want to run because it failed to connect to standard out to the journal socket. Okay. That's fine. I mean, okay. That's going to cause problems. I'm not about to try to debug systemd. It's too complicated and I'm lazy. So instead I'll just use Cloudflares. Okay. There you go. Fast fetch installed. I look around, making sure that nobody had tried to stop me. My window was intact. Security system had not tripped. The various canaries I had set up around the house had not been touched. I was safe to continue. I was ready to have it run on Google Drive. Okay. There's a project already that does Google Drive over Fuse for me already. Cool. That's a weird sentence. Already 2 times. Google Drive, OCaml Fuse. Thankfully, I have a Google account lying around that I haven't touched in years, ready to go. I follow the instructions, accept the terms of service that I didn't read. That's classic, that's normal. Create all the Auth2 secrets, enable the APIs, install Google Drive OCaml Fuse from the AUR into my Arch Linux VM, patch some package builds. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. And lo and behold, I've mounted Google Drive. Mounting Drive, and a few very long rsync runs later, I have Arch Linux on my Google Drive. Yeah, that's true. Just kidding. It's never that easy. Here's a non-exhaustive list of problems I ran into. Okay. Number 1, symlinks to symlinks don't work. Hard links don't work. It's slow. Relative symlinks don't work at all. No dangling symlinks. I don't even know what's a dangling symlink. I don't even think I've heard that terminology. Am I just like uncultured Linux user mentioned? No. Important for stuff that links to /proc and isn't mounted. Okay. Or stuff that just hasn't been copied over yet. Okay. Symlinks outside of Google Drive don't work. That makes sense. No, that doesn't make sense. Permissions don't work either, and neither do attributes. Well, we don't know how this works like in reality, because Google Drive is not just a file system like a Unix, just a regular file system. With how many problems there are with symlinks, I have half a mind to change the Fuse driver code to just create a file that ends in .internal symlink to fix all of that. Google Drive compatibility be damned. But I've challenged myself to do this without modifying anything important. No kernel tweaking, no Fuse driver tweaking. I need to switch how I sit. Okay. So I'll just have to live with it and manually create the symlinks that rsync fails to make with a hacky sed command, to the rsync error logs. Okay. In the meantime, I added the token files generated from my laptop into the initram FS, as well as the Google Drive Fuse binary and SSL certificates. A bit more complicated than a local S3 bucket. I tweaked a few settings to make my life slightly easier. It's nice to see that timestamps kind of work at least. And now all that's left is to wait for the agonizingly slow boots. Okay. And then chroot fails. /sbin/init file not found. Perhaps they did not bother to stop me because they knew I would fail. I know the file exists since, well, it exists. So why is it not found? Simple. Linux is kind of weird, and if the binary you call depends on a library that's not found, then you'll get the file not found. Okay. Why am I tired already? It's only 9 almost. Fuck. So it's trying to call some file with a symlink and that doesn't work. And therefore it says file not found. However, these symlinks don't actually exist. Remember earlier we noted that relative symlinks don't work. Well, this has come back to bite me. The kernel is looking for files in /sysroot inside /sysroot/sysroot. Luckily, this is an easy enough fix. We just need to have sysroot linked to sysroot without links. Okay. Make directory sysroot. Mount. What does --r bind do? A bind mount. What does R stand for? Is it just recursive binding? Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Just dash binders. Non-recursive. Okay. That's interesting that both of those exist. Now, time to boot. It took 5 minutes for Arch to rebuild the dynamic linker cache, another minute per systemd unit, and then nothing. The startup halted in its tracks. Time down to waiting for device /dev ttys 0. Dependency failed for serial getty on ttys 0. Guess I have to increase the amount and the timeout and reboot. Okay, better put like 30 minutes or whatever. Oh, job timeout second infinity. I didn't even know you could do that. Luckily, it did not take infinite time to boot. I'm so close to victory, I can taste it. I just have to increase another timeout. I set in login timeout to not in etc login.defs in the Google Drive and try logging in again. Thankfully, there's a cache, so subsequent file reads aren't nearly as slow. Cool. Here I am. Laurel crown perched upon my head. My chimera of Linux and Google Drive lurching around. Lurching? What's that word? All of these articles always have fucking weirdo, like, crap words. But I'm not satisfied yet. Nobody has stopped me because they want me to succeed. I have to take this further. I need this to work on real hardware. Now do it on real hardware. Fortunately for me, I switched servers and now have an extra laptop with no storage just lying around. A wonderful victim for my test. There are a few changes I'll have to make. Use the right Ethernet driver and not the default E1000. Do not use a serial display. Change the network settings to match my house's network topology. All I need is the R8169 driver for my Ethernet port, and let's throw in a power line into the mix, because it's not going to impact the performance in any way that matters, and I don't have an Ethernet cord to reach my room. That's unfortunate, but that's for this use case, that's fine. I built the unified EFI file, throw it on a USB drive under boot EFI under /boot/EFI and stick it in my old server. Despite my best attempts, I couldn't figure out what the mod probe directive is for the laptop's built-in keyboard. So I just mod probed HID USB and used an external keyboard to set up networking. Okay. This is my magnum opus, my great work. This is the mark I will leave on this planet long after I'm gone. The cloud native computer. No. Oh, no. Don't do that. Why? The cloud native computer? Nice thing is I can just grab the screenshot from I can just grab the screenshot from Google Drive and put it here. Is this for collaboration? No. Despite how silly this project is, there are a few less silly uses I can think of, like booting Linux off of SSH. Or perhaps booting Linux off of a Git repository and tracking every change using Git using gitfs. The possibilities are endless, despite the middling usefulness. Okay. If there's anything I know about technology, it's that moving everything to the cloud is the current trend. I hate it, though. As such, I'm prepared to commercialize this for any company wishing to leave their unreliable hardware storage behind and move entirely to the cloud. Please request a quote if you're interested in true cloud native computing. Unfortunately, I don't know what to do next with this. Maybe I should install Nix. I don't know. You should not do it. You can stop working on this. They're cool. Now do things that are not going to put your files into the hands of government and fucking like everyone who wants your data. This is cool, but also that's really horrible, but really cool. No one's going to buy this, please. Okay. Yeah. That's wild. So it's just a USB stick. How small can you get that? How small can you get the init RAM FS? That's probably that's the point of this. If you have what, just like no, you wouldn't need that. You can just use if it's like locally running stuff. I thought of like easily swappable hardware, but then you can just if it's like a rack or whatever, they just put like blade servers, and that don't have storage. But you would just use hardware, no, not hardware, network booting for that. Why would you need it from Google Drive? I hate cloud. But that was cool. That was cool. Blog RSS. Okay. I need to write. I have a blog as well, but I never write things, so I don't know. I'm just dumb. Close this, close this, close this. How long is this? No, another fucking dark article. Stop. Stop using dark mode. Is there an opposite of dark readers? Can I just have light mode everything? Reader mode. Yes! That's cool. I just want the text big. How working on a bot for a 18 plus Discord server made me a better developer. Now that's what we're talking about. Isn't that what we're talking about? Doesn't everybody like things?
Shadows on the ground. Will there ever be an end? Forever running from this lunacy. Moonlight coming down, beaming through the clouds. Will I never see the end? Forever searching for my destiny.
I've just noticed. I'm sorry, I've gone away without telling you. I've just noticed. I think on Discord I've got a scam DM. Someone called Sophie has sent me a message request, and it's actually already gotten put into spam by Discord. Sophie, would you scam me, Sophie? No mutuals. No mutual friends. One mutual server. It's probably a scam. It's a scam. Well, at the very least, it's a spam. That's true. That's true. Unlock me. I thought that was a scam DM on Twitter. Usually I get scams on. Usually I get scams on X. Not on here. Not on Discord. But let's read this. How working on a bot for an 18+ Discord server made me a better developer. This is a blog post from Huijiro. Don't know how you say that. From this. Huijiro.com. Huijiro? I don't know how you say that. Setting the stage. Alright, let me explain. Yes, I join servers that do 18+ content. In this case, specific is a VR chat 18+ server. Which, just personally, I don't have a problem with that. I forgot to click the record button. I've clicked the record button. Let's see if this works. Let's start over. I know I want to test the performance of this. This is a blog post from huijiro.com. How working on a bot for a +18 Discord server made me a better developer. Just me, Silas, saying it now. You can join whatever 18+ server you want, as long as it's with adults and only with humans. And then I think I don't care, and then I'm fine with it. You can do whatever you want. All right, let's begin. Yes, I join servers that do +18 content. In this case, specific is a VR chat 18+ server. There's mostly only one person important to this history, my co-worker in the bot system and server owner, Max. Max? The silly British man? Max Fosh? No, probably not. Probably not. When I joined the server, I noticed that the server had a custom bot that did a bunch of management and other things to help the owner to manage the, at the time, 5,000+ members. That's wild. That's crazy. Things like banning, giving warnings, keeping track of XP, and some very specific stuff for the server. Being the nerd that I am, I said to the owner if they ever needed help with programming, me, at the time only really knowing React plus Express. I don't even know what Express is. Fucking FedEx? Of course not. That's a dumb joke. I'm not funny. You should click thumbs down. Oh no. I'm getting dislikes again. No. Shit. To my surprise, the owner got in contact with me almost immediately to talk about a big rewrite he had. A rewrite he wanted to do to his bot. My work consisted of rewriting the bot from scratch. The current implementation was done with pure JS and crashed all the time. Good idea. What a good idea. Set up a database to store... Don't keep the finger on the screen deck. I almost pressed the button. Set up a database system to store the info. At the moment, the bot stored all its data in JSON. Oh no, everything? That sounds like a not good idea for 5,000 users. Set up an integration with the VR chat system. Help Max learn better practices of programming, things like TypeScript and safe programming and GitHub, which he didn't know until then. Possibly set up an API and a dashboard for the staff to do all the custom things they want to do. That could be cool. Yeah. Me having absolutely no experience in the programming world and being a beginner in the area, we sat down and started talking. Immediately I learned my first lesson. Not everyone writes code the same as you or have the same priorities as you. That's true. So sorry to expose Max. I've done it before and I'll do it again. Friend fixed the TypeScript error in the code with ChatGPT. I don't know what any of this does, but that's a funny title. Haha, ChatGPT. AI mentioned? No. In Max's defense, he became a very good programmer ever since. But in the beginning, his lack of knowledge of how to actually do programming the right way was more than I thought. To keep it short, Max used no versioning software, relying purely on commented code to have old versions of his code. Oh no, and he had no real modern JavaScript knowledge. His work on the previous bot was more like, I want to make it work, and I made it work in duct tape and dreams. Is that not all programming? It's not. Incompetence is not a good thing in programming. You should understand things. You really should, because you can. I forgot to do this. Whole stream ruined. Whole video ruined. No highlights. Fuck. Another reason to thumbs down. Shit. For me, this was a shock because I was too used to always have linters, formatters, and strict testing rules ever since my boot camp, as well as using Git since day one. I use Git since almost always as well. Often I'll just write code and forget to commit anything ever, but doing it is way better. You really should. We both agreed that it would be easier to rewrite the bot from scratch, and I took some time to try to teach him some things he was lacking. Things like modern JavaScript stuff, classes, async programming, Git, eventually TypeScript. But we had many discussions, especially with the fact Max was very frustrated with the linter I put on the project and the formatter that forced him to program in a completely different way that he was used to. Is this Rust mentioned? It's like Rust Light. I mean, it's not really, but a similar idea. In many instances, we had to go back to fix ESLint being an absolute ass or something on Prettier, making the code look ugly in Max's eyes. Yeah, well, don't learn things correctly, learn shit wrong, and then you'll hate being taught correctly. Yeah. In hindsight, after all this headache in the beginning, here's two things I learned. Take time to train the inexperienced people in the team. They will be frustrated, and being nice and available to answer their questions no matter how stupid they are, will always make production better. Don't use Airbnb ESLint. Okay. I don't know yet. I don't write JavaScript because I'm not an idiot, but okay. After initial frustrations, Max learned to overcome his struggles with things like strict typing and error handling. That's good. Eventually, even knowing why they are important. And I'm so glad that he had the patience to deal with me trying my best to teach him while absolutely shamming his old code. Stop reinventing the wheel. That's a big lesson. That's a big lesson that I think every programmer in the beginning needs to learn, because you'll learn basic syntax of whatever language it is, and then you'll be like, I need to write everything. At least that's what it was for me, and that's very not good. Let's go back a bit. While I was teaching Max, I was working on the API backend that would provide information to the bot. While the Discord bot world has usually databases coupled with the bot in the same project, we needed to expand to eventually use a dashboard and other things in the future. So I decided making a dedicated backend was better. That seems like a logical conclusion. Of course, being the JavaScript developer that I am, I tried to invent my own backend service built on top Express. But after learning that Express by itself sucks with TypeScript and struggling really hard to do manual validation with TypeScript decorators, I decided to drop the idea and go with Nest.js. What the fuck is Nest.js? Nest.js, a progressive Node.js framework. All of these things have such dumb names because there's Next.js, Node.js, Nuxt.js, and now I've also learned of Nest.js. Can you come up with names that are not the exact same? Next, Nuxt, and Nuxt and Nest are not good names. Make it something different. God bless batteries included solutions. While on my bootcamp, for the sake of learning, we did everything pretty much from scratch. Which I think is good, because you should be able to understand how something does work. You shouldn't be like, oh, this is a button. I know how to place a button here. Don't know what happens afterwards. That's crap. That's not good. You should be able to understand, at least in theory, of how things work in the background. Even down to the CPU level. Because that just gives you an understanding of how to actually write software more better. But when going to Nest.js and seeing that you could do most stuff just by simply putting a decorator and calling it a day was liberating. I was already familiar with MSC, Model Service Controller structure, that Nest.js used, so it was really easy to adapt to it. In the meantime, Theo launched his video on building a modern stack application. Theo mentioned, T3 mentioned. I watched and immediately said, I need to use Prisma on this project. With Prisma in the project, I eliminated things I hated, dealing with database modeling, migrations, and SQLize. Nowadays, I feel way more comfortable dealing with databases, but back then, the 2 days teaching us raw SQL in the bootcamp did not prepare me for the modeling the database that Max wanted. Okay, there's kind of weird sentences in this, I think. Which ended being almost 20 tables with a lot of complicated relationships and stuff. And specific stuff. Since we had to keep track of staff-related data, Discord data, VR chat data, tickets data, and more. If Prisma didn't exist back then, I wouldn't be able to do 20% of what I did in the time I did it. Oh God. Oh God, the English is getting worse. Is it getting worse, or am I just getting more tired? After deciding what I was going to use to make this project, now it's time to plan what is priority. Since I could not just implement all the estimated 100 plus endpoints, DTOs for those endpoints, and then create a client with all the same things again in both the bot and the front end. Thank God I didn't need to do the latter manually. Explained later, okay? I never organized a project before. Both for mine and for Max's sake, we needed to write down everything that needed to be done and any input I needed during programming, be it bugs, changes, or extra sudden requests. I didn't go far to implement Scrum, but I finally sat down to actually learn what GitHub was good for. Issues, PRs, commits were all things I didn't pay much mind while programming. Issues were never a thing since no one does issues for their individual projects. PRs were just a way for me to conveniently merge my branches, and commits were just, I did a thing, lol. Yeah, that's how single user GitHub experience is like, I feel like, yeah. Oh boy, how much did I learn? No. What did my accent change? Oh boy, how much I had to learn. I don't even know what accent that is. If I was to work in this mostly by myself, I had the job of automating most part of the menial work if possible. Automatic deploying, checking for code errors, build failures before merge, and code formatting. I could guarantee that most of this would be done by my part on my local machine, but I had no way to be sure that Max wouldn't push some breaking change to main and ask me to fix it later. He had the habit in the beginning of having his VS Code root outside of the project, which disabled ESLint, Prettier, and the LSP, and program like that. That sounds very bad. That sounds horrible. So I went to the trouble of learning how to and setting up a CI/CD pipeline for the first time in my life. That's good. That's a very good learning experience. Need to charge my earphones. Put them on the wireless charging pad. Another thing I adopted early on was semantic commits, so I could eventually generate change logs. So I could have an overview of what I did. This includes checking commit messages with commit lint, because I again couldn't be sure Max would follow all the practices I was adopting. Now came to the point I needed to do my planning. So again, GitHub had the solution. It's almost like people before me faced the same problems. GitHub projects are really cool. They are deeply linked with your organization and can be very flexible to both the developer and the person doing the overview. It's so useful to just have what you would have in things like Jira or Trello right here on GitHub. And with a click, turn whatever thing is into an issue. And when you do a commit writing, fixes number 5, and GitHub automatically closes the issue for you and moves it to the done column. It feels like magic. And it almost is, I would guess, like, it's not magic, but it's probably the closest thing that we have, just technology. If you face a problem early on, someone probably already had a solution. Someone probably already have a solution. That's fine. That's okay. We already found that found that out with the whole GitHub projects thing. People have a solution for it because it is something everyone faces very early on. So about the dilemma of DTOs and sharing code between the front end and back end with type safety. I know now it is still an ongoing debate, and the whole reason why GraphQL is a thing. Back then, I could not just move my stack to use T3 or TRPC because I was too dumb. Well, I think we all have been there at some point. So I thought if I could only get a way to generate a client for my front end, so I could import it and use without needing to rewrite all the DTOs by myself, would already get me 80% there. Lucky me, the guys at OpenAI, Open API Generator, or Open. This is how the AI brain rot is fucking me up. I read Open API and my brain already went, oh look, it's OpenAI. Lucky me, the guys on Open API Generator already had a solution for this. Not surprised. I only needed to document my API properly, and I would have a client for free. Wow, that is really cool. Why did my phone vibrate? A little more work in the direction of making the API better and get a free client. This was the way to go. I mean, that's cool. That's really cool. I learned Swagger. What is that? Is that a real thing? And by extension, Open API, and how to generate a client and publish it to another repository on the CI. So we could import it and use it on both the bot and the web client. After this, I had to learn how to set up hard linking with NPM packages and how NPM packages really work, since I needed the bot to build the API client with it on NPMI. Don't know what that means. I don't do web things. I could probably have learned how to publish NPM packages and do that instead, but that was too much to handle after almost 9 hours of struggling with debugging CI. Dark times and keeping motivation while working on. After all this setup, I was working on and off the project on my free time for almost 6 months. That's crazy. But suddenly something happened that shook me deeply. My grandpa, oh no. My grandpa, which I was very close to, died, and I was really frustrated because I was still jobless, not graduated in university, and poor. And I wanted to show him me being successful before he passed out, because he was always worried about me. I mean, things like that happens. That's incredibly shit timing, and you just can't let that get to you, which is a dumb sentence, because if it does, like, you can't control your feelings, but you can't let it get to you. Me and Max had a verbal agreement. I would work how I think it is best for as long as I wanted to, and I would let him just pay me what he thinks it was worth. So no one got wronged. We were just friends trying to do something cool together, mostly. But I was still frustrated. I was applying for jobs for almost 2 years at this point, getting only silence due to the Brazilian market being super saturated. No one would give me the opportunity since I was still a junior developer. And if I wasn't getting a real job, I wouldn't graduate from being a junior. That's true. Right now, I think 2024, the market is super flooded with people getting let go. And that means you're not competing with people coming out of university or people having taught themselves. You're competing with the people that worked at Facebook for 5 years. Who's gonna win? Tiny little woo. I've written a Discord bot and I've just finished college. Or I've worked at Google, I've worked at Amazon, I've worked at Facebook. Who's going to win? Same with university. Since I live in the countryside, it's not very good. Most classes are comprised of very basic stuff, followed by very old technology, followed by a lot of classes of teaching. Since my major was to be an IT teacher and not to in CS or systems. It was like this because they made an IT course fit into a university that only had how do you say that in English? I know what that means. I don't know how you pronounce it. Oh, I can't read. I can't. Pedagogy. I don't know. I'm not going to try and pronounce. I can't pronounce English words that I've never heard before. I liked the idea of being a teacher, but not as much as I just wanted to be recognized and actually start my programming career. I wondered if I was even good at what I was doing, and if I was even gonna be anything in life eventually. My imposter syndrome was at its worst, and I was about to give up on everything. Became dead inside and go work as a cashier getting paid 21 cents an hour here in my town till the day I die. You're going to hit that point at some point in your life. It sucks. It sucks, and there's like nothing more that you can say other than you have to keep trying, and if you're actually good, if you're talented at things, you can actually figure your life out, most likely. So per sheer will, since then, the development of my code has been guilt-driven. I still feel the pain of losing my grandpa, and I still feel locked in this small town, with everyone around me saying I am an excellent developer, but I still live in Dad's office, getting paid less than $4 an hour to write an Angular app as my main job, while having all the baggage of knowing all the things most recruiters keep saying they want, with no opportunity to show any of it. All while still being considered a junior developer. But let the ramblings of a saddened developer tire you no longer. If I ever get to a better place in my life, I want the state of my mental to be as... I'm sorry. The state of my mental is a crazy sentence. That's interesting. If I ever get to a better place in my life, I want the state of my mental to be a sign that if you're facing shitty situations and you're in bottom low of motivation, keep typing. Which is true. State of my mental is not the correct way to say that, I think. I did not see that coming. All you get being somber and depressed is wasted time. If I drown in my sadness, I will drown struggling. I have still more to say about absolutely shitstorm, that is the VR chat integration. How its developers keep ignoring their high-skilled communities in favor of making their own solutions to problems that were already solved long ago. How I learned to scrape a web API by exploring it, but with the objective of making this post not as long. I will leave it as it is for now. I'm very much proud of the work I did on that 18 plus Discord bot. I learned so much, so many practices that made me more confident as a developer. With this project, I went from someone only capable of doing React SPAs to someone I can proudly call full stack, even if still a junior. That's a good article. It has some really weird English in it sometimes, but I guess that makes sense. About made with Svelte and a little bit of tailwind. Oh, is the reader mode turned on? No. No, reader mode's not turned on. LinkedIn. You have to log in to view someone's profile. Okay. Home and blog. This is the first article. That's interesting. I like that. What if you just sent this to someone while applying for a job? They might not like it. They might think you're a pervert or something. But like, it shows that you're persistent. It shows that you like learning things, and it shows that you can actually achieve things. You haven't linked your GitHub account, so you can't actually see what you've done. I have no idea. I have no idea if this would be helpful. I think it would be. I'm not a recruiter. I don't actually even work a programming job. But if I was applying for a programming job and I had an article like this, yes, I would also send it. If they're smart, if they're a smart recruiter, they can read this and go, okay, smart, persistent, willing to learn shit, willing to improve, happy to see their own errors. That's good. All of those are good things. Yeah, I thought that was a good article. Good job. There's no way to sign up. There's no RSS feed or anything, is there? No. No RSS feed. No newsletter option. Don't like that very much. So I've clicked stop recording now. Okay, that was a cool article. Is it still live? Is it still working? Fuck. How hot is it now? I can't see because of the light. Can I turn on the fan? Where's my fan remote control? There it is. No, the swivel mode isn't turned on. Oh no. Well, that sucks. That's fine though. That's okay. Let's see. When does the what's it called? The treasure box stop that I put on Trevor. When does that end? 32 minutes. One person joined. Wow, that's amazing. Well, that's just annoying. Voice room. Trevor has voice rooms now. Voice room. Twitch. One viewer on Twitch. interesting. I don't know Twitch. I'm just clicking around on the menus and stuff. Whisper, I got a whisper. Don't talk to me. Okay, that's interesting. I think I'll end the stream now, though, because I don't have a lot of. I've only had these 2 articles ready. And there's also no one in chat anyways, but that's a test. That was a test if I like this kind of format. Oh fuck, I need to stop playing my own stream because that's confusing to me. YouTube stream. Oh look, now Merrick is there. Right now as I'm saying, okay, we need to end the stream. So I can see, did it record video correctly? Because I've tried, this was a test of many things. Multi-stream chat didn't work. Oh, I need to click this as well. Hello? Don't crash. I don't know what that does. There's a checkbox that I didn't even see. Oh, you've been here? That's interesting. Record vertical. Record vertical. It's not recording. That's interesting. Now it is. That's weird. I'm testing the vertical video canvas extension thing. Can I live stream at the... Don't make an L shape because it's going to zoom in again. 1, 2... Vertical video, restream chat, and doesn't work if you don't use stream through restream, which is fine. Can I record high quality 4K video transcoded? No, not transcoded, encoded by the same chip, which is on the GPU. I think it worked. I've also tried OBS multiple output plugin. Didn't work, at least on Kick. It kept disconnecting. Arena restreaming seemed like it worked, except for Twitter. Twitter streaming on Twitter didn't work because I didn't go through Restream. Restream apparently does things. Restream does things that I don't know what to do. I created an event and I clicked go live and it didn't work. Where even is it? I keep forgetting. X Premium, Media Studio, there it is. And then there's all of this fucking weird shit. And then I went create a broadcast, and then you make a new broadcast in this thing, which is really crap, but okay. It's fine. You've been there? You've been here? Okay. How much of the article have you heard? Because that was a good article of this person struggling to learn JavaScript. Struggling to actually program or get a job, actually. That's the thing. That's the main problem. And now I need to figure out how to edit that into a video. Probably just getting rid of pauses and stuff. Trovo, 4 viewers on Trovo because of their bullshit chest system. I probably should have just not turned on spending money. I should have just made it free to join, not 10 elixirs worth. I would have had way more followers. This is stupid pay-to-win garbage fucking stream website. How is the game jam? We have not started. The game jam has not started. Game jam is not starting until the 17th of July. So, 2 more weeks. Didn't hear everything. I was mostly using the pop-out chat for moderation. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. I don't even know if I'm going to keep restreaming with these things. If I can't figure out a way to put all of the chats together, then I'm not happy. Because right now, I actually only had YouTube and Twitch, which is fine. But then there's like 4 other things. And Restream doesn't want to do it. Do I need to message? Do I need to? What's he called? Do I need to message Scott? I think I need to message Scott from Arena, so I can be like, "When are you gonna release it? Release it. Release your chat bridge thing." I streamed when? Just like a couple days ago. I think the problem now is I used the login with YouTube option in Restream. So I had YouTube and Restream linked, and it would make a new both X post and a new YouTube live stream. And I think it would pull the chat from that. And because this, now I'm not going through Restream, I'm going through Arena. And it's just using whatever stream already exists. Or in the case of X, it's not doing anything because it's fucked up. I think it just can't grab anything from anywhere. Because it hasn't made a new event yet in its eyes. Like, that does actually make sense. Okay, I've clicked backtrack clip vertical, so there should be a new clip. I've record vertical. I've recorded a vertical clip as well. I don't know if that worked. No idea. Don't show Discord. Yeah, you absolutely can get followers on Trovo just by doing nothing. Just make a giveaway. $10 earned gems, 20 elixir spent, 4 total viewers, 3 new followers. Wow, that's the first stream in 2 years on this shit. I just want to see who wins it at this point. How long is it still going on for? Nope, wrong. You don't happen to know some other restreaming or chat combination solution that exists? Yasakula uses something? I need to ask him again what he uses, because I don't know. I don't remember. But I think he also had a desktop program for it. Which I don't necessarily want. I just want something that I can use, plug into OBS, and that's it. I don't want another program running just for the chat. you're out of the loop for hot new streaming things. That makes sense. Kick? Oh, Kick. We went offline on Kick. That makes sense because it didn't work with the OBS multi-output plugin. That's true. I didn't realize this, but Kick actually just pay you. I've heard this before. Where is it? Yeah, okay. You can literally see it not working because it made a new stream VOD many times. So it actually hasn't worked, which that kind of sucks. Monetization? No. Achievements? Is that it? Path to affiliate? Yes. So I need 75 followers. I don't even have that. Now I'm not going to get to that because I don't stream on Kick because it's broken. Maybe I can do Kick and X from Restream. Maybe that would work. From OBS multi-output, maybe. Path to verification. I don't even know if I'm going to stream 12 times in a month. I don't even know. Depending on if I like the format of reading articles or reacting to videos and stuff. Or if I can... Microsoft is not going to do Microsoft Recall 2. They're not going to do that, I think. That's been, I think, my most successful thing right now. The Total Surveillance PC. So that was a good video. My rant of being super angry. Oh, that's really weird. If you make this bigger, the pop-out chat also gets bigger, which is really weird. That was a good video. That was a good video. I need Microsoft to do more dumb shit so I can get more angry. Is it done yet? Who won? It's not done yet. 18 minutes? I don't want to wait 18 minutes. Fuck off. Has Paper MC been updated yet? Let's see. Because when Paper MC is updated, I'm gonna stream Minecraft often, I think. Downloads. Paper. No. Experimental builds. Nope. I don't want to use experimental builds because that just means shit is gonna break like every day probably. Yeah. This stream is effectively over at this point. I'm just waiting until the timer runs out because I want to see who gets my money. Who of these random people that I've never seen before and have just followed, probably don't even speak English, who of them are gonna get my money? Oh, I could add. I could try. Don't show that on screen. I could. Restream. I could go to Restream and add Kick and then add restream as a target for multiple output. Let's try that. Let's get rid of YouTube in this. Add a new target. And then the question is my internet good enough that I can have 2 streams going out from OBS? Mostly I think it is, but sometimes it's not, especially in the evenings, because it's cable, it's not a dedicated connection, it's a shared connection. Test. Maybe with this, it means we can have the X chat at least. Because on X, people do actually come in and watch my feeds. Because that's like 800 followers right there. Now, I don't know what happened. I applied for I don't know what the right word is. I signed up for a fiber internet plan, and I don't know if I'm getting it. There was an inspection here from the company who would install it, and then afterwards I was told, oh, it costs money. But the company installing the fiber line isn't the same company that would actually give me internet. So it's like, yeah, the installers want money. The company I want internet from says they will pay for the installation. I don't know if the landlord knows this. They say they're handling all of that, but I don't know. And I don't really care. If I don't get it, that's fine. And hey, now it actually is live on X. It does work with Restream. And if I write something, I do see the messages. Kick. Kick is, it says live but also offline. Oh, there we go. Kick messages pop up, but it does that. That's really weird. That is really weird. And the output in OBS doesn't show that is disconnecting. So maybe Kick just right now sucks, or I have a bad stream key from them. No. I said it before. Who the fuck? Who went, yeah, let's make a chill Sonic music playlist 24 hours and then put Gotta Go Fast in it? I didn't make this playlist. I just searched it in Spotify. No. That's dumb. So let's see who's getting the money. 12 minutes? That's so long. Do you know the funniest thing? Let's see if it works. Chat settings. Now it works. I started the stream, went to Twitch, clicked on chat settings. It broke and fucked up. And I got so mad instantly at Twitch again. Losing my mind every time I stream on Twitch. I'm like, why does anyone ever use this website? Why? Does it just suck for me? Am I the problem? Do I just have the absolute worst luck with Twitch? I don't know. I actually don't know. It can't be this crap. Would be hilarious if it was, but holy shit. Probably need to use a lower bitrate next time, but I'll test it next time. If it can go to Kick as well. Kick seems to be... I don't even know what's going on. Kick seems to not be doing good. Yeah, it's... What battle royale is it? Not Fortnite. I don't know how loud that was. I'm such a fucking retard. We need to bleep that as well. Retard. 8,000 battle royales. No, 6. It's 6 million bytes per second. No, 6 million bits per second. Just to confuse you more, I'm not saying what it is in kilobits. 6 million bits per second, and that twice. Normally I would run it in studio mode. I haven't, because there's the 2 chats. Oh yeah, that's less. And you can see it's like wobbling between 3 and 8 on the one that goes to Restream, which goes to X and Kick. Actually, it seems like it has settled in now. What matters to me though is the upload speed, which is allegedly 50 megabits a second. I don't believe them, because when you do a speed test, it goes down to like 40, and then one again, cable. The more people use the internet, the more shit it becomes, which is very convenient if you stream when everybody else is using the internet, which is in the evening. Especially during a football event like right now. Germany lost, by the way, so rip. That's not good. But I don't know. I don't really care. Don't know what else to say about that. Twitch? That fucking, like, seriously? Twitch.tv, pop-out chat just crashed. Why don't you use Twitch, people? What's wrong with Twitch? Track me. Hey, track me. It keeps not doing the track me command. Track me. Okay. Very good website. Very good. Twitch! Who programmed that? I don't know. I didn't. It's probably going to look really weird to people who don't know what I'm doing with my hands. What is this? Satanic symbols? That reminds me of the oh Jesus Christ, I read a Reddit post a long time ago in America where somebody got almost thrown out of a coffee shop because they used sign language to communicate with like the deaf sister or some shit. And it's like, Jesus Christ, chill out, lady. This dude wants to talk to his girlfriend or whatever, and her ears don't work. What's your fucking problem? What's wrong with you? You don't know what kicks is? I don't know what kicks is either. Well, I can find that out, surely. Kick streaming. Kick streaming requirements I put in, but technical requirements. Kick supports a bitrate of up to 8 million bits per second. (1920 by 1080p). CBR bitrate rate control. 2 seconds keyframe interval. So it's just basically the same. Oh, they have specific instructions for what do I use? I use VA API H264. Which they don't have anything for. Oh, I've set the bitrate to 5K as well. Okay. Yeah, because it's not applied yet because I didn't restart OBS. Yep. Four minutes. Come on, man. It's 10 p.m. I'm like ready to go to bed already. And then tomorrow I want to learn. Maybe I should do a dev stream. I don't really want to do a dev stream for before the game jam starts though. You aren't supposed to do things for that game before the game jam starts. I mean, I'm just learning how to make a door, for example. How to unload a scene, load in a new scene, go to the same door again, go back to the first level and place the character where it was before. Like a Zelda style game. I know that I would know how to do it for like linear progression where it's one level comes after another, but the fact that I have to store the information where you were before, that makes it less logical. So I need to learn that. I've been learning other shit that I don't need to learn yet, like shaders. Shaders are crazy. Shaders actually are crazy. It's really cool. Very cool. But like shader programmers are the god kings of this shit because they just write maths and then something happens and then you get nice looking grass that reacts to wind and you walking around and animals walking around and like an arrow and a bomb and fucking whatever, and it doesn't use any performance whatsoever because it's a shader compared to if it was like the physics engine or whatever. So it's crazy. It's craziness. 1 more minute. Let's look at the chest, the treasure box opening itself in a minute. 3 people joined, so the chances of whoever the fuck joined winning are, well, not low. Can I enter for my own? Watch for 15 minutes. Well, I'm not going to do that in 1 minute, am I? How did you notice that I was live, Merrick? Did you get a notification or something? 35 seconds. Boom. Boom, boom. 6 seconds. Hey, there is... Treasure box has been unleashed. The winner is... Psycho Vol 1 Gaming. Congratulations, whoever the fuck you are. Right, at least I got 3 viewers. 3 new followers. Trovo Bronze Partner. I don't even know what that means in today's terms. I don't even think they pay you money anymore, because they used to do what Kick now does, but in a really shitty way. I think Kick, if you have 100 viewers, average, whatever it was, achievements, Kick creator incentive program. Yeah, I think they just pay you like $16 or $20 an hour or whatever it is. Reach a total of 25 subscribers. Average of 100 viewers in the last 30 days. Yeah, if you do that and 1,500 followers, then they just pay you an hourly wage basically. And meanwhile, Trovo was doing this, or maybe they are still doing this thing where the top 500 people just get a payout of whatever the fuck they decided that you get for that month. Just a random amount, and then they would also change the requirements of what top 500 streamer means. And that's really weird and fucked up. And of course, if you base something around watch time, people will end up botting watch time. Yeah, so now it's based around PK points, which I don't even know what that means. No, not PK points. Trovo points, I think. Trovo 500. TP points. T points. Yeah, Trovo points. Yeah, exactly. It's like a made-up score of how active your stream is and crap like that. You can easily cheat. You can easily just spend money on the treasure chest and then get a lot of points. That's it. Reason why I think I didn't get many points on many activity is because I didn't do it correctly. You would put like, oh, send a chat message, follow, watch the stream for 60 minutes and get $10, and then you would get loads of people. Nobody would speak your language because it's all like languages that I don't know, which is really weird. It's all like, yeah, it's just, look, it's like Arabic stuff and I don't know, mostly it seems Arabic. Arabic and Russian. It's very big in Russia now for some reason. Yeah. But that's it. I've given €1 away to someone random that I don't know about. You've tested things. Now I need to go look at the files that have been made. I guess. Thank you for joining, Merrick. You were collecting drops for Sea of Thieves in the background when it popped up. That makes sense. That makes sense. Merrick the Juniper getting Sea of Thieves drops. I don't know what that means because I don't use Twitch. It sounds like it makes sense. You do something on Twitch and then I'll look. Silas is there. Click. Prime Gaming. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. I don't use Twitch. I don't. Yeah. Forager, new game each week with Prime from Humble Bundle. Yeah, well, we're gonna end this now because I am tired. And that's basically it. Maybe if more people were here, I would be more excited. But because this was like the first stream in quite a while and a fairly unplanned one, I just have like a Nextcloud deck, like a Trello board of these two things that I wanted to stream in a thing that I call the recording deck, where I want to try to organize ideas. And yeah, I want to see if I can do this format, if I can rip off the Primogen and if I can rip off Theo. I need to choose better topics though, because these were very programmy ones. Why is this song in Chill Sonic songs? This is not a Chill Sonic music. Cyberspace 36. No. But anyways, I'll see you in the next one. And goodbye. I didn't even notify my Discord. That's how little I care, because